Hey there everyone, welcome back to Indie Comics Club. My name is Caitlin, and today we'll be exploring titles outside of the DC and Marvel universe that have LGBTQ+ themes. First up, we have The Witch Boy by Molly Ostertag. The Witch Boy follows Aster, a 13-year-old boy growing up in a house in the woods with his extended family. Now, in Aster's family, the girls become witches and the boys become animal shifters. Aster has been drawn to witchery for as long as he can remember, despite his family strictly forbidding him to learn the craft. To make matters worse, he still hasn't shifted for the first time, making him more of an outsider in his own home. When the other boys start to go missing, Aster must not only embrace his passion for witchery, but his own identity if he wants to help find them. Ostertag's art is nothing short of charming. Bold lines and vibrant colors help transport us into Aster's world and make the magic of it seem tangible. While not as explicit in its LGBTQ+ themes as our other titles on this episode, Aster's journey to embrace his non-traditional identity, as well as gain his family's acceptance, is one that will feel familiar to readers within the community and may be a great way to start a discussion about how that journey can look in the real world with allies. The Witch Boy is only the beginning of Aster's story, as his adventures continue in The Hidden Witch and The Midwinter Witch. Be sure to check out The Witch Boy before its upcoming adaptation into an animated musical film by Netflix. Next up is Bingo Love, written by T. Franklin, with art by Jen St. Onge and colors by Joy San. Hazel Johnson and Mary McRae meet at their grandmother's church bingo in 1963, where they experience the brief beginnings of their love story before it's cut short by the homophobia of their time and their families ripping them apart. Told through Hazel's perspective, we watch her life unfold without Mary until their fateful reunion at the same church bingo 50 years later. Finally able to be together, they must navigate breaking the news to their new families, as well as getting a second chance at love. Fans of Steven Universe will love St. Onge's adorable art style, which has been a bit simplified for this comic in comparison to her work on titles like Archie and Sabrina or Gem and the Holograms. In tandem with San's bold colors, Bingo Love's art is as sweet as the story it tells. Grounded firmly in reality, Franklin's writing goes on to prove that love not only knows no gender, but has no concept of time as well. If you need a feel-good sapphic romance, look no further than Bingo Love. Last but certainly not least, we have The Deep and Dark Blue by Nikki Smith, easily my favorite title in today's episode. Deep and Dark Blue takes place in a fantasy world where our main characters, young twins Hawk and Grayson, are part of the noble House Sunderley. After witnessing a violent coup executed by their cousin, the two must flee their home. Now the heirs to House Sunderley, they are in grave danger from their cousin's military forces and must hide out in the one place no one would ever expect to find the boys, with the female monastic order known as the Communion of the Blue. Posing as initiates Hannah and Grace, the twins are taken into the order where the hot-headed Hawk is trained to be a guardian, and the gentle and reserved Grayson is taught to be a spinner, members of the Communion who spin the sacred blue into magical thread used to cast spells. As they bide their time and plan their next move, Hawk begins to grow restless and frustrated with pretending to be a girl, whereas Grayson is beginning to realize that Grace is more than a ruse and she's found true belonging in the Communion. Smith's art is absolutely stunning, thanks in no small part to her expert use of color. Hawk and Grace's world is filled with subtly muted pinks and oranges that serve to highlight the deliciously rich blues that breathe life into the pages. Simple character design allows for the beauty of the world to take center stage, almost becoming a character itself. The twins are near identical, save for differences in their facial expressions and demeanor that tell us just as much about their personalities as their dialogue and actions do. Though, if you're still struggling to tell the difference, Hawk's hair is always must, while Grace keeps hers neat. While the main plot of The Deep and Dark Blue revolves around the intrigue surrounding the coup of House Sunderley, Grace's coming out as a trans girl is handled with the utmost care and attention. Grace is coming to terms with herself, and Hawk's acceptance of his sister will bring tears to your eyes, and the suspense of the twins reclaiming their house will keep you turning the pages. That wraps up our dive into our LGBTQ+ comics collection, and we've only scratched the surface of what GCPL and the world of comics has to offer. Tune in next time where we'll be back with Robin as they review comics dealing with our world.